It's called Me Man's Mind. If you fall off that wall and break both your legs, don't come running to me. Could never understand my man's mind and how it works. One moment she had half a mind to come up there and get me off that wall. Then she was in two minds about whether to tell me to stop. Go ahead, kill yourself, see if I care. I'm warning you, child, if you fall off that wall and kill yourself, I'll personally go up there and kill you myself, so I will. I used to watch the words climbing out of her mouth and fly around the room, looking for a place to land in my mind. Never cared whether she gave out. I just loved everything she said, the music of her and how she made the words behave. I came down and kissed her worry away. I'm sorry, ma'am, I cuddled her, and she cried. I know that Mark is alive and well and here amongst us, but this is called Jesus Christ is alive and well. She is thoroughly wet through and through, as if someone, I don't know who, had upended a bucket of water over her. The rain holds a conversation with itself. Where's your new coat? We incredulously ask her as she continues to drip at us. The rain is laughing at something it has told itself. A poor woman hadn't one, so I gave her mine. She explains it to a child. We, her children, stare at her, hair plastered to her skull, a large strip at the end of her nose. My mother could be kind in an almost biblical New Testament way, as if she were Jesus Christ before he had gotten himself crucified and was alive and well and living in her. I don't know whether... You know the Irish expression, only codding. If you're only codding somebody, you're playing with them, you're teasing them, pushing them, you're joking to extremes with them. I remember once when I was young, she said, Donald, son, will you put, she's putting boxes up in the attic, she said, Donald, son, will you put everything in the hall up in the attic? And I put the boxes up, I rolled the linoleum up, I put that up, I put the 23 bottles of milk in the crate up, we were a large family, I put that bicycle up, I pulled the ladder up after me and I put me up. And then I called her and she said, So that's a spook. Another thing is I didn't come home for 5 years, and I told my brother to get a large cardboard box, and when I arrived home I put myself in it and got taped in place and we rang the bell, and she came out and I heard her voice say, that's a terrible strange sight for the postman to come, and I started laughing inside and she said, oh, it's alive, it's alive. And finally I burst out of this box after 5 years and she hadn't seen me and she just thought, oh, it's only Donald. My brother then came home from the pub an hour later and she said, oh, So this is a spoof like this. It's called Crazy Canary Yellow. Bright skin tight, a crazy canary yellow. Jeans, my pride and joy, my first Versace. Took a lot of balls to wear them, but then I got them. My mother hated with a vengeance then, hated to pieces then, until one morning early up the crow of the cock, I cut them myself to pieces. Snick, snack, snigger the scissors, good for a laugh. Threw the shreds of the treads up upon the roof, let an hour or so pass, and then discovering my own, the devil's handiwork, accused her of the dastardly deed. Who else, I said, wanted the jeans dead? Who hated them with such a passion to do such a thing? Maybe, she thought, I did it in my God forgive me sleep. Although I know I didn't do it, it's what I would have wanted done. After hours struggling like a worm, I let her off the hook, confessed it was I that done them the jeans in. She and I at the spoof that took her in, but delighted at the demise of those damn things. The hearty laugh of then, the feeble smile of now, as she here in this hospital tries not to die. My mother's hands washing potatoes, washing kids, washing pans. My mother's hands on bitterly cold days, pegging yet more washing on a pregnant lion. The lion growing nothing but nappies. Her hands blind with the cold. My mother's hands ironing clothes, ironing countless knickers for my 7 sisters. My mother's hands taking my hands in hers, such love, such laughter. My mother's hand patting talcum powder on another baby's bum. Mum being mum. Me kissing my mother's hands for all this done. This is called Never So Alone as Here. A night scattered with stars, each star so clear in its perfect isolation. You feel as if you were about to pick it from its position, examine it, put it exactly back. Watch as time and the world come apart. Watch as neither match. Each minute, like a bead of prayer, fumbles through fingers in a litany of despair, a rosary of hopelessness. The back of her hand resting in the palm of mine. Stupidly the thought crossing my mind, she meds his hand. And now she searches for her dying, sees it reflected in our faces, our grief, her mirror. Each star a tear in the perfection of its isolation. Never so alone as here, as now, the Milky Way fills across the sky. Thank you.